Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another edition of Let's Talk on DNTWOK. My name is Olujo Kemosaku, and the topic for today is commitment and dedication, the pathway to success. I have, I'm sure most of you would have been hearing the voice, so beautiful. She can actually do anything with her voice. And she's, so the voice of Chigi. She is Precious Achudume. It's nice meeting you, Precious Achudume.
Nice to meet you again.
Because
Ma, thank you.
Precious I know was Precious Chuku, right?
Yes, now
I
at
know Precious,
Mrs.
yeah, Achudume. So it's nice to see the meet
Yes.
Precious Achudume. So much for coming on the show. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, she is a voice actor and a podcaster. So
Yes.
Precious, how has it been? I'm starting with
It's
you.
it's been amazing. It's been hectic, but we're pushing through. But
Mm,
lately, because of improvements here and there, it's been a bit easier than before, just because there are just so much to do. So aside that, we're going.
that's great. We need to keep pushing and moving forward. So now the topic for today is commitment and dedication. How do you define commitment and dedication in the context of personal growth and development?
Okay. First, when I got the topic, I was like, there has to be more to this. Commitment and education. I wrote down that they are a personal quality. They are personal qualities that are possessed by individuals who are willing to make a difference. I see commitment and education as a lifestyle of any human being who is willing to become a success, and it cannot be removed from any life or
Hmm.
anyone who has a job or a purpose that they are chasing, or for anyone who has something that they want to achieve. Commitment and dedication is a lifestyle, it is a personality.
It is a personality. Now,
Mm.
take us to the next level. We know that from the place of professional improvement, at least you having to start a podcast and you know where you started from. I know where I started from. And it's not the way it used to be. Things are getting better.
Okay.
So professionally, you're rising. Now, let's talk about mindset. What mindset and motivational factors do you think drive commitment and dedication?
First, the mindset, like being the first right now, is very important. The way you are positioned in here is very important, because that is the major factor of whether your commitment education is going to pay off or not. Your mind, the way you see things, the positioning of your mind as a believer, as a Christian. I'm going to come in this context. One of the first things that salvation does to us is that it is the first step to renewing our mind, because it is going from where we used to be to where we want to be, in where we are pursuing at the moment. Now the essence of salvation is to create a new being. So for you to move on and achieve what you want to achieve in the midst of commitment and education, you have to have a renewed mind, a mind that is positive, precisely, a mind that has the ability to picture what it wants in a positive way and the way that it wants. The mind is a very important tool in everything we do, and no matter what we do, it is our mind that determines the result. You cannot work hard in a good way and then your mind is targeted towards the wrong thing. I would like to focus on the law of attraction that tells us that you attract what you think. Okay, so the mind has a role of bringing to us the good things that we desire. So if your mind is not properly positioned, is not properly renewed, is not properly set out, then there are bound to be issues along the way. Now, for example, being dedicated and committed for the wrong reasons comes from a mind that is not well stayed and properly positioned.
Mhm.
So if we must achieve something through dedication and commitment so that we don't waste our time, people work hard every day, but they don't think right. Now, if you're working hard and you're not thinking right, you're bound to attract the wrong things.
Hmm.
Now, when I plant, let's say I'm a farmer and I plant a seed, and one side of my mind now, maybe I'm doing the watering, I'm doing everything, and I'm not in my mind, I'm not satisfied, I'm not very pleased in my heart, and I'm not trusting the process. That's already bad already for the crop at itself, because you now are the creator at the moment, and your mind has a lot of work. What you think has the ability to attract what it is. So it's different if you're working hard and doing the right things, but your mind is not right. It definitely, number one, makes you not to see things right. You might be getting good results, but because your mind is not set right, you just tend to see the wrong thing. So what I would advise is that everyone must hold on to a positive mindset. Be so positive. Be positive with reckless abandon. Like, even if something is not going your way, you have to have the mind that it's working in the end for my good. So having a renewed mind is very critical, very important in our commitment and education, so that we don't waste our time and our efforts, or so that we don't even hurt ourselves, because we hurt ourselves by the things that we think. Sometimes things are not as bad as it is in our minds. So we have to intentionally work on our minds, renew our minds consciously all the time. And about the mind, I think we must also know that success is not a destiny, it's not a destination, it's a process. It's not somewhere you get to and you're like, I'm successful.
Okay.
It's not somewhere you get to. So with your dedication and commitment, you might reach a significant milestone. Just be aware. Don't let your mind limit you. Don't let your mind tell you that, oh, we're finally here, this is where we should be, and you close the book. It's just an endless journey. And because of that, we must constantly work on our minds, on being positive, and work on being intentional about the things that we take in, so that we're able to receive positive results and live positively.
So how can these qualities be achieved? Okay, from everything you've said, it's not something you can learn. It's something
Mm.
you grow into. So how do
Mm-hmm.
you achieve all of these qualities?
The quality of commitment and education, I believe. First, like I said, success is not a destination; it's a journey. It's an endless journey. I mean, when you get this, you just we're human beings, and as long as we're living, we just want something new.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm not advising that people stay insatiable, but you must be conscious of the fact that one of your greatest enemy is your last victory, like they say. So you don't stay on it, you just have to keep going. Now, one of the ways that I would suggest that we develop the right mind is, number one, knowledge. When I say knowledge, I'm talking about knowing, the act of knowing. Okay, knowing is very important. First, you must know yourself. Man, know thyself. Woman, know thyself. You must know yourself. I think most of the battles of the mind, some authors have written on the mind, like it is a great tool. Most of our battles that we face in life generally start from the mind. And you win or you lose in your mind. Most people, okay, there have been cases of people who have lost things, and when you speak to them, when you come to them one on one, already they've already lost in their mind before they started losing in the physical, before it started becoming. So you must know yourself. Partly why we battle these things is because we're having identity crisis. You must know who you are. If you're not able to say this is who I am, the world will tell you who you are. So you might just be dedicated and committed to an act or to a particular thing or to your work. To Okay, I believe we're focused on work, or something that brings us joy and success. Now, being focused on it in a way that you're not positive minded, you're suffering from the fact that you don't really know who you are. You must be able to identify yourself, or the world will give you a label. We have a world where the other day I was talking to somebody. It was one of the programs I hosted, and I was talking to someone about the program, and she said, when you're talking on that show, can you help me tell teenagers that they are not confused? The internet is selling stories and lies to children, and it's telling the teenage ones that at this teenage age you are confused. Teenagers are usually confused at teenage age, they think they know it all. No, that's a lie. The world is trying to label teenagers as confused, and you taking that is already a problem. If you don't know who you are, the world will tell you who you are.
Hmm. I think I actually would like to say something to that.
Journey of life, you must know who you are.
Hmm.
And this knowing of who you are is what generates your purpose in life. It's not just about your passion. Of course, you're going to be passionate about something, but know where I can't even remove God from this. Know where God has put you. Know what God has called you to do. If not, the world will give you options and you will waste your time.
I think with that too, if you don't know who you are, like you said, the world will label you. They will tell you who you are. So it's only someone who does not know who he or she is that will go with the wind, because you do not know yourself. So anybody can say anything to you and you just
Exactly.
accept it. And when you accept it, you're living in another man's shadow, because that's not who
That
you
is it.
JK Royal Signatures, a blend of African fabric.
What would you say is the role of self discipline and accountability? What role does self discipline and accountability play in commitment and dedication?
Okay, self discipline and accountability are very important parts of a person who is committed and dedicated. Self discipline entails that you are able to put yourself the way that it is supposed to be part time, not the way that you find yourself. Um, Self discipline is just the ability to put yourself in the right condition at all times. Some of the habits that we have, there are sometimes we practice procrastination and inconsistency. Self discipline is what helps you to stay on your lane and stay on track no matter what. It takes discipline to actually search out what is on the inside of you and manifest everything that you're supposed to manifest. So being disciplined is very important for someone who is being dedicated and committed for a greater cause. So it is what helps you stay committed and dedicated. Being disciplined in the sense that you are able to focus, have a sense of direction, what angle you're going towards, not what angle you're pointed to by the world, not what angle you're pointed to by people, but following the due course for what is needed. Self discipline is the ability to draw the line between needs and wants, being able to know what you actually need to get things done per time and what you want. Your needs are things that you can probably not do without, but your wants are the things that are manifested due to your insatiable nature. So being able to draw that line between needs and wants, I think that is self-discipline. Being able to go out and all the way for what it is that you desire. And the also drawing the line between what you desire and what you what you actually need per time. Let's say for instance, I work and I earn a certain amount, and then I have bills to pay. I have things to take care of, but I also have things that are luxury. They're luxury in the sense that I can do without them, but then I want them at this point in my life. So I can go all the way to earn 50,000 to buy a shoe worth of 50,000. That's indiscipline. That's the whole act of going nowhere financially. That's the whole act of going nowhere in your career, because where will you see funds to actually get to where you want to go? So I feel like discipline is just drawing a line between needs and wants. It helps us stay focused. Let's say, for instance, I'm supposed to do this particular work for my office or for my own personal growth. And on the other hand, I have a whole movie to watch, movie that doesn't even take anything. Now you're now wasting time. So any form of waste, any form of waste is indiscipline. And discipline is shown in your ability to draw the line and do things accordingly.